Okay, so I'll show you a few apps here. There are two games, and there's our. This is so on for Verizon. Verizon has a Vcast app store on its handsets. You might be familiar with
Yes.
that. So that one for the handset, it's kind of two-dimensional, and it works for the handset because you go through clicks and you can't really pop things out and things like that, right? On the small screen. So you basically have this going down some levels. If you don't like the app, backing out some levels and so on. What this lets you do is it's redesigned. They've redesigned. This is a prototype app where they've redesigned the UI to fit the real estate of the tablet. So essentially, you have this kind of carousel, 3D carousel kind of thing. And the other thing is, you can have targeted advertising here. So let's say that there's a new version of Guitar here, and you wanted to advertise that. You could do that, or if you like, in this case, we're advertising Verizon service, right? Now the other thing
is that being developed by Verizon, or is it a honeycomb feature?
So this is an Android tablet. Right. So right now it's sitting on Froyo. But what it will have when it's released, where it could be honeycomb. It depends on the OEM.
So this is an Android feature, not Verizon feature.
This is so
Verizon is one of the.
No, the Vcast app itself is from Verizon.
Okay.
Right. So that is our feature.
Right.
It's just been redesigned to fit the screen.
Okay. Fair enough.
So for example, if I click on this one and I wanted to purchase it, right? It essentially lets you. It essentially lets you, see what's there, and then say you didn't want this, right, and you wanted something else. You could click on that, and it will pop that up. So you don't go through those levels that we talked about.
So using the real estate on the screen.
Exactly, right. So that's essentially what you have. Let me move to the home screen. Let me kill some. I have a feeling there are a bunch of apps running here. Clean it up a little bit. Alright. So the other thing they did was live TV over LTE.
Okay.
So it's actually we have our Piers. It's running off of Piers server. It's streaming from that. So let me see if I can show you that. So this is actually, we've got some pre-selected channels that we've got, and so it takes a few moments to buffer up, and then it will start showing.
But it's running over 4G.
It's running over 4G LTE. So there's a satellite that's sending the content to a server. That server is doing it. So you'll actually, within, I think there's just a few seconds because it does transport and stuff, but it's pretty much live TV.
It's acceptable weight as well.
Right. So it's 12:58 p.m. Check your watch.
Must be the same. Same time.
Right. So that's what I can see. It's like,
and all the channels that are available for users in your using existing Kiosk service are available.
Right. So right now it's again a prototype.
Yeah, sure.
But that's the goal, is to have that so that you can watch TV wherever you are. And you just have to manage your whatever data plan that you have.
And it can be covered under the same subscription.
Well, all that is still
being worked out. Okay.
So it's still early days.
And the plan is for this platform to work across tablets, or all tablet devices, or is it only particular for this Acer one?
No, I think again that's also up in the air because it depends on how they decide to deploy it. The point of that was just to show that it is possible to do live TV over LTE. And those business decisions of when it's going to be done and how it's going to be done, I think is still open.
And I heard you saying planning and launching sometime this year.
So we're hoping that sometime this year we'll get this tablet out.
Okay.
So that's what the goal is.
What's the tablet called?
It's an Acer Iconia A500.
Sure. Okay.
And then the other thing I wanted to show you was Asphalt 6. So I mentioned the Tegra 2 processor, right? The NVIDIA Tegra 2 processor. It's got that GeForce GPU, and it's got that 1 gigahertz dual core CPU. So they've developed this Asphalt 6, which is that by Gamelock. They've developed it specifically for for this device. Now we had a demo and we're having one tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. where we were doing with the NVIDIA folks who have been helping us. They've been playing the game on the tablet over there, and we've been playing it here on stage up front over LTE. Okay. So right now I don't have the other tablet, so I'll show you a free race. You'll get a feel for how they've used some of the Open GLS and all that's in the Tegra 2 to really give you a feel.
So you can play online games over the air.
Exactly.
On
that's the whole.
So you don't have to be sitting in your wall.
You have that low latency, almost real time. You have real time latency because anything that's less than 50 milliseconds, it's considered real time.
Yeah.
So we're targeting about 30 milliseconds of latency on a loaded network.
Okay.
That's over the air latency. But still, that's what we can control.
Sure. So pretty much I don't need to have games loaded on my tablet anymore. I can always play it online.
Right. That's right. So you have the high bandwidth, and there's some of these bigger ones. The Alienware laptop that's out there, it has very high, it's got LTE in it as well. And there are these games like Call of Duty and all these ones which download high graphics. They download in bursts, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry so much about the network or what network you're on. It's like sitting at home, with a good broadband network, and basically you're getting very good. You're getting the same kind of bandwidth, so a similar kind of bandwidth.
I'm not tied into
the typical speed we get in 4G LTE?
So what we say is we don't talk about the theoretical. We don't talk about the theoretical because that's meaningless,
20 Mbps
right?
or 100 Mbps.
Well, yeah, they say 50 on the uplink and 100 on a downlink, but that's meaningless to us. We talk about the real world situations. So in the real world, on a loaded network, what we're saying is 5 to 12 on the downlink and 2 to 5 on the uplink.
While on the move.
Yeah,
on the stationary it's okay, while on the move.
Right. I mean regardless. So you can see
a huge difference. Look, broadband on wireless, stationary and while on the move. There's a huge difference.
Right. So
say while on the move, if I'm getting say 5 Mbps, and when I'm stationary, I'll get around say 8 Mbps or 10 Mbps.
You could.
50% difference.
Right. I mean, it all depends on what factors, how many people are on and so on and so forth.
And coverage as well.
Yeah. So there are those issues. I mean,
this is Acer laptop, Acer tablet, right?
Yeah, it's an Acer tablet.